What is good people? You are now listening to another episode of A Wicked Good Time with Danny Foxworth. I am your humble narrator, Danny Foxworth, and today I got to experience something extremely cool. As you know, I'm a fanatic about candles, and one of the things that I've always wanted to do that I thought was really neat was attending a candle making class. And lo and behold, my friend / one half of Growing Up Low Country with Liz and Danny, Liz sends me a flyer to my DMs earlier this week, informing me that just to backtrack, her and her husband have a mattress business in Park Circle, which is located in North Charleston, South Carolina, and their company is called the Charleston Mattress. And today they had a candle making pop up courtesy of Island Candles. Shout out to Jenny at Island Candles. She was extremely helpful. And it was from 2 to 6. It was $25, and it includes instruction, supplies, and a candle. And you can make additional candles for an extra that were $10 each. And I'm in the business of supporting local business, so it was a win-win. So I get there about 2:30 this afternoon, and Jenny, she was extremely friendly and extremely helpful. She was like, "You want to try a candle? You want to try your hand at making a candle?" I'm like, "Absolutely. This is exactly what I'm here for." She was like, "Okay." So she had the table out and everything. Just the amount of options you had to making your candle was it was insane. So you had you could pick your candle jar, had all different types of shapes and sizes and patterns for your candle jar. So I just went simple. I got the black jar, and you can also it was different candle lid layouts too. So I just got, just a standard issue cork lid. And once I picked my lid in my jar, and she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna hand you your supply." So she gave me a wick that has a little circular metal base at the bottom of it, and this little circular piece of double-sided white tape. So what you do is the top of the tape, or the top half of the tape, you take the base of the candle wick and place it on top of that to secure it. And then the bottom half of the white tape, you peel that off. And it was I tell you, I caught hell trying to peel that tape off, but ultimately I got it off. And you place the base of the candle wick in the center of the bottom of the jar. And then she gives you this little wooden stick to press around the base of the candle wick to make sure that it's firmly secured. Once you get that done, then she'll hand you this. It's like a little metal tool about this big. It's got 3 slits in it, and the one slit in the middle, you place that on top of the candle wick, and then it just lays squarely on top of the lid of on top of the candle jar, excuse me. And what you do is, once you place it on top of the candle wick, you pull the wick to the side into the little slit in order to trim the candle wick so it's not too tall. Then once you do that, she's like, "All right, good job. Now I'm gonna pour the soy wax in, and then it's time for you to pick out your fragrances." And man, I was doing the Birdman hand rub. I was like, "All right." And when you go she had off to the side of the table, it was upwards of probably 60 or 70 different essential oils that you could choose to get your fragrance down. She was like, you can choose up to 3 fragrances. I would recommend to just use 2. So I spent about 10 minutes just testing the smells out, testing out the scents, seeing what will go with what. And ultimately, I settled on 2 fragrances. So the first essential oil I used was apple and pine. And then the second fragrance that I used was sweet tobacco. And man, I was very pleased with those 2 smells. I'm like, so these are the 2 smells I'm going with. And she said, "Okay, once you got your scents that you were going to choose, just unscrew the cap. You're going to pour about 5 or 6 drops in there. But if the smell isn't strong enough for you, you can add additional drops to the wax. So once I got the satisfactory amount of scent in the wax, then she was like, here's your stick. You go ahead and just stir the wax together. And then after that, you're finished. So I'm just stirring and smelling. And then if the smell wasn't strong enough for me, then, just continue to add more stuff. It was cool. It was almost like making a pitcher of Kool-Aid, so to speak. Like you stir it, you get the Kool-Aid, you get the sugar, you stir it, you add the water to it, and then you taste it. And I'm like, they could use a little more Kool-Aid. Then you just tinker with it until the smell is to your liking. And once I told her I was satisfied with the smell, she was like, okay, then your part is done. So I'm going to harden the wax, and your candle will be done in about 25 minutes. I'm like, all right, cool. I wish I would have stayed around to see what the wax hardening process was like. So I can't really give you any info in regards to how that went down. But while she was doing that, I went back in the store, just to chop it up with Liz, and her daughter Ruthie was there, and shout out to her. She made a couple of candles as well. And I tell you what, for an 11-year-old, she really has an advanced nose when it comes to getting the alchemy of the candle scents together. One of the candles that she made, it was mind blowing to me. It's like I smelled it, and it smelled just like a Thin Mint cookie. It was crazy how identical the smell was to a Thin Mint cookie. And then she let me smell the other two candles that she made. And you know what? I got to give her credit with not only with the scent profiles, but also the meticulous way she went about making sure her candle was designed. The candle's design pretty much matched the smell of the candle. It was really cool, especially the Thin Mint smelling one. It was like, it had like the green. It was like a green bow tie prints on it, and it was either bow tie or gingham prints. Either way, and you could also, once the wax hardened, you can add some wax adornments to it. I didn't get that for my candle, but it was like you could get like little wax animals that you could get placed on top of the wax once it's hardened. It was really cool. And 25 minutes passed, and she came with this bag right here. And she was like, all right, here's your candle. So big shout out to Jenny at Island Candles. Shout out to Low Country Local First, who put Island Candles and the Charleston Mattress in each other's eyesight so they can know it was a great partnership in the name of local business. So this is the candle right here. So this is what I created, and this is what I got. One wick. I'm so proud of myself. This was such a cool thing to take part in. I tell you, if you ever have the opportunity to engage in doing a candle making class, I could not recommend this highly enough. This was such a cool thing to do. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the lighter to this one, and man, again, big shout out to Charleston Mattress. If you're in the business, if you're on the hunt for looking for a new mattress, go hit them up. They're located on 1078C East Montague Avenue in North Charleston, and their IG is at the Charleston Mattress. And again, shout out to the Island Candles. Also, their IG is at Island Candles CHS. And again, Jenny, I cannot thank you enough. You will be on the show soon. I already reached out to you, so I cannot wait to have you on the show. And that's going to do it for this episode of A Wicked Good Time. Make sure you like, download, and subscribe. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend about the podcast. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find my channel at Danny Foxworth 843. There, you can find all the videos for all of the episodes for this podcast, as well as Growing Up Low Country with Liz and Danny, which there will be a new episode coming this week. And my baseball podcast, At the Plate with Danny Foxworth. New episodes for that will be arriving in January. And then since we last spoke, which I just dropped a new episode today, make sure you check all those podcasts out. Like, download, subscribe once again. And I cannot thank y'all enough for tuning in. This has been another episode of A Wicked Good Time with Danny Foxworth. And until next time, y'all be good. Keep it lit.